This is Donovan McNabb, and you're listening to The Bottom Line with Steve Nugent, right here on Sports Radio 1340 WHAP, Hopewell.
This is The Bottom Line with Steve the Truth Nugent. And the truth will set you free. He covers everything from high school to the pros and everything in between here in the Tri-Cities. Now, let's go to Steve the Truth with The Bottom Line.
That's right, folks. This is Steve the Truth, and we appreciate you joining us here right at the corner of River Road and Mesa, the Fox Sports Radio 1340 AM and 96.9 FM studios. I am Steve the Truth, alongside the one, the only, the man, the myth, the legend. That is Mr. Harry Clary. Harry, how you doing today, buddy?
I'm doing great, and like you say, every show, it's a beautiful Monday. I don't know what it is, Steve, but ever since we started this show, I don't remember there being a Monday that it rained. Every Monday has been beautiful.
Every Monday has been beautiful, and the day was started off a little cold, but it worked its way up to 61 degrees today. It was real nice outside, and of course the sunset this afternoon just about 4:51. I know we're a sports show, but I'm getting your weather in here at the top of the hour, 6 o'clock. Rick Morris is a little bit under the weather this week, so he will not be with us. Rick, we hope you feel much better there, sir, and happy Thanksgiving to you, and happy Thanksgiving week to everyone out there. And Harry, this week is one of my favorite weeks as a sports guy. We got football on Thanksgiving Day, 3 games. We got football on Black Friday. We got championship games on Saturday, and of course the NFL on Sunday. But the earlier in the week, like right now, you got basketball tournaments all over the United States, and basketball is on TV from 12 until 2 o'clock in the morning. And I'll get you an update on some of them scores that we had today with college basketball. But your thoughts, man, just this whole week. And, of course, I work one more day this week, and then I'm off Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday.
Well, it's always something to look forward to. As we know, Detroit and Dallas play every Thanksgiving, and I understand that Dallas plays as a result of the Ralph Neely deal that was made, who was an offensive lineman long time ago. But who's the third team that's
the Ravens are playing this week. It's the Ravens and...
But it's always Detroit and Dallas, always.
Yes.
And they have the most similar uniforms in the NFL.
You're exactly right. And the Chicago-Philadelphia play Friday, and then Cincinnati at Baltimore Thursday night for the Prime Video game.
Right, and then Joe Burrow's thinking about coming back, but I think they're going to hold him out one more week.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, this whole weekend has flew by. Of course, in sports weekends, can you believe it's week 12 already? Week 13. We're headed into week 13 of the National Football League. Of course, tonight ends week 12 with the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Carolina Panthers tonight at 8 o'clock, 8:15. You can see that on ESPN. And you can check out Peyton Manning and Eli Manning on ESPN2, and I really enjoy watching them. It's a lot of fun.
Well, just think, Steve, in the 50s, the regular season will be ending this week. 12 games.
Yep, you're exactly right. And can't get enough of the National Football League. It'll take us all the way to the week before the Daytona 500, which is the second weekend in February. That's the Super Bowl, so it should be a lot of fun. And a big game tonight for both teams, Carolina and San Francisco. Carolina wins, Harry. Can you believe it? They will be leading the division if the Carolina Panthers win tonight.
Well, it's an awful weak division, but, yeah, you're right. It's surprising that Carolina is in contention.
Yeah, they're playing extremely well here lately, and like I said, Carolina is tied with Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay's woes with the quarterback getting hurt yesterday. We'll talk about that there in the second half of the show. But right now, Tampa Bay 6-5, Carolina Panthers are 6-5. So if they can win tonight, there will be a lead in the division. But on the other hand, if San Francisco can pull off the victory tonight at Carolina, they'll stay pace with the Seattle Seahawks and the Los Angeles Rams. The Rams are 9-2. Seahawks are 8-3, and San Francisco is 7-4. They win tonight, they'll be 8-4, right in the thick of things, because I did pick the San Francisco 49ers to win the Super Bowl this year because they're playing at their home field for the Super Bowl.
Well, I picked them to win tonight.
Yeah, like I said, I think they're good. So let's get caught up on this past weekend. Of course, Friday night, you heard it right here on WHAP, Fox Sports Radio, the Hopewell second-round playoff game against Petersburg. Hopewell come up a little short, Hopewell came up a little short to Petersburg, 20-7, I think the final was, with Petersburg winning, and to end a great run for Hopewell. They had a good season, and we had Coach Irby on at the beginning of the season, and he said he thought they could make the playoffs and win a game, and that's exactly what they did. And with a first-year quarterback, Brian Moore, he did real well, too, as well. And like I said, in the next segment, I'm really going to go into high school football, Harry. And I know we're a Fox affiliate, but whenever a local high school gets to be on number one on Sports Center Saturday morning, the game between Thomasdale and Manchester, man, that's just good stuff.
Oh, yeah, well, both of those teams have a big history. I know Thomasdale has a student enrollment of about 3,000.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right up there.
That's a lot of kids to pick from.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. And, of course, the unthinkable happened with the Dinwiddie Generals being undefeated all season long, ranked number one, ranked in the top 5 in the state all season long, and they run into a Blue Devils team that is from Verona, and Verona defeats them 34-0.
That makes them the Buffalo Bills of the district around here.
Yes, it does. And they had a good season there. And, of course, Huguenot is playing. But we'll break that down a little bit and tell you who's in the semifinals and finals or championship of the classes coming up this weekend. And talking about Saturday, I had the opportunity, of course, all season long. My grandkids played in the Hopewell Youth Football League, and they are part of the Metro Youth Football League, and they have what they call All-Stars. And four players from each team, which is quite a few teams, make the All-Stars, and then they practice for a week, and they play at J.R. Tucker High School on the artificial turf, which was it was really great. It was raining, but we played anyway, and our team come up a little short, U10. We came up 13-7, a little short, but I want to give a shout-out to my grandson. This year he was the starting center Saturday for the All-Star game, but all season long he also played every snap of the offensive side of the ball. He didn't come out none for all the games, for 10 games.
Well, that's genetics, Steve. See, he's your grandson. JB has a little bit to do with it, but he's your grandson.
And Taylor was an athlete as well. Yeah, and like I said, really proud of him and my granddaughter. Of course, tonight is the first night of wrestling. If you got a kid that wants to wrestle, check out, I will post it on our Facebook page where you can check it out and get with Kim and John Walker and get your kid into wrestling. And I'll tell you a funny story real quick with that. I was talking to Kennedy. She's 8. And I said, you want to wrestle? She said, yeah, I want to kick somebody. I said, this is wrestling, not wrestling. She want to be like John Cena and body slam somebody. But I love her determination and everything. I think she's going to do great at whatever she decides to do, her and Cam. And with that was Saturday. Of course, UVA was off Saturday. We had a bye. And then Sunday yesterday, Harry, your thoughts, one thought yesterday of the games in the National Football League. I know we're going to talk about it a lot in the second hour with Keith Wagner of Hourglass Realty Group. He'll be with us. He's our guest picker this week for picking the games. But we talked about it before. We talked about it just now in the production meeting. What is it with, I know the analytics are there for a reason, but you don't have to follow them all the time. Yesterday, the New York Football Giants had a chance to kick a field goal and go up 30-24. Instead, analytics told them to go for it and try to score the touchdown to seal the game. They didn't get it. The other team goes right down the field, kicks the field goal, tie the game, sends it into overtime. Which you should have, in my points, take the points. If they would have kicked the the field goal, it would have been 30-24 with minimal time left. You kick it off, you get the ball. They get the ball about at the 25-yard line or 35, depends on which way it goes. Then they would have to travel 65 yards to score a touchdown. In this case, they gave them the ball there inside the 10-yard line, and they only had to travel 50 yards to kick a field goal to tie, instead of making them score a touchdown. And it was a couple other games. The Washington-Miami game last Sunday. same way. We had the ball, 4 tries at the goal line. We should have kicked the field goal. We would have won in regulation, and it wouldn't have been no question. But your thoughts on the analytics and the play calling so far as scoring points, because I had this discussion with the guys at the office today. What's the one thing that determines a victory? Points. So you want to score.
And no turnovers.
Right. You want to score as many points as possible to win the game. And that really...
Well, I think it's become ridiculous, Steve. I don't think you saw this 5-6 years ago. Tomlin for Pittsburgh is famous for going for it on fourth down, going for 2 in the first half.
Yeah.
It's just crazy. I don't believe anyone should go for 2 in the first half. I don't believe you should go for 2 unless it's the fourth quarter and you have to.
That's the rule of thumb when we were growing up. Don't go for 2 until you need to.
Look at Dan Gamble. Dan Campbell, I mean. Every time he goes across the 50 and it's fourth down, he goes for it. And how many times did he turn it back over to the other team? 5 times?
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's something. And talking about Dan Campbell, he's the head coach of the Detroit Lions. And in a production meeting, Harry, you said you wanted to tell the Detroit Lions.
Hey, Detroit, look, just give the ball to Jamar Gibbs. Just give it to Gibbs. That's all you have to do. And Cowboys, throw it to Pickens. Don't throw it to CeeDee Lamb. Pickens will catch it. I promise you.
Yeah,
and after the catch, he's great.
Yeah,
and I think everybody I'm talking to out there already knows this.
Yes, I think they do. I was a Cowboy fan yesterday. My grandson and my son-in-law is a Cowboy fan, so I was rooting for him. We weren't playing, so it was okay. And then to see the Cowboys win, that was a big game for Dallas.
Yeah.
That puts them right in the thick of things now in the NFC playoff picture.
Well, you know how it is. A win gives all Cowboys hope, and they all start wearing the jerseys and hats again.
Yep, and then like I said, the lineup on Thanksgiving Day, you got Detroit and Green Bay. That's a big game. And then you got Kansas City traveling to Dallas. That's a big game. And the way Baltimore are playing right now, they're playing Cincinnati. And Chase will be back Thursday for Cincinnati, and Joe Burrows might be back. That outcome might be a little different, and that whole AFC North division is wide open.
Yeah, and you were talking about Green Bay. I know they lost Jacobs, but the fellow they put in the other day, what was his name? Took his place anyway. He did great.
Mm-hmm. Wilson, that's exactly who it was.
Yeah, and their receivers are coming around. They have Christian Watson back. The tight end that replaced Kraft looks pretty good. So Green Bay's was looking down there a few weeks ago, but looks like things are looking up for Green Bay.
Yeah, things are looking up. And it is, you're just joining us. It's 15 minutes past the hour of 6 o'clock. This is The Bottom Line with Steve the Truth, featuring Harry Clary. And Harry, at this time every Monday night, we have...
It's time for On This Date in Sports History with Harry Clary, brought to you by Car Brothers, the gathering place located at 3100 Jackson Farm Road. Now, here's Harry.
All righty, this is brought to you by Car Brothers. Okay, on this day in sports history, which is November the 24th, in 1957, running back Jim Brown, the great Jim Brown, sets the club record for rushing with 237 yards. I tell you, Jim Brown was one, and like I said, they didn't play but 12 games back then, but that has nothing to do with an individual rushing record in a game.
Mm-hmm.
All right, 1960, Wilt Chamberlain pulls down an NBA record 55 rebounds, Steve.
Ooh, 55.
And as the Warriors defeated the Boston Celtics, so he did it against a pretty good team. And I know a lot of people out there think Dennis Rodman's a great rebounder and everything. I looked it up. Do you know Wilt Chamberlain had more than twice as many rebounds? More than twice as many rebounds as Dennis Rodman. And they played the same amount of seasons.
Man.
So that's just to give you a good idea. Wilt Chamberlain averaged 23 rebounds lifetime a game. Okay, 1964. John Hart wins the Heisman Trophy. He was a Notre Dame quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
1970, Jim Plunkett. I know you remember him, Steve.
Yeah, he quarterback for he played for the Oakland Raiders and won the Super Bowl.
Yes, he did. I believe that was 81, wasn't it?
It might have been
70.
80. It was against the Redskins, so I believe it was 83.
Oh, okay. I think you're right.
Mm-hmm.
That was the one where they Theismann threw the.
It was Mark. Yeah, he threw the interception
to the linebacker.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Anyway, Jim Plunkett wins the Heisman Trophy on this day in 1970. He was a Stanford quarterback. You know, Stanford's always like number 1, number 2 in academics, so he must have been a pretty smart fella.
Yes, sir.
1971, on this day, Braves catcher and infielder Earl Williams wins Rookie of the Year. In 1974, Richard Petty, you know who that is, Steve.
Yes, I do.
He wins the 24th NASCAR Sprint Cup. Do you remember the Sprint Cup?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it's the same thing. They just changed the names.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sponsorship.
You were a toddler back then.
No, I don't think it was that. I don't think that was that. I don't know. I don't
In
know.
74?
Yeah, I was 3. Winston. That's the Winston Cup Series.
Yeah, that's when you went to the Winston Cup Series at 3, right?
Yeah.
Okay, in 1976, Joe Morgan, Cincinnati Reds, wins his 2nd straight National League MVP award. That's quite an accomplishment.
Mm-hmm.
And on this day in history, in 1977, Steve, this one's hilarious. The Miami Dolphins quarterback, Bob Greasy, passes for 6 touchdowns and a 55-14 win over the St. Louis Cardinals.
Ooh.
And I say it's funny because they didn't pass much back then.
No, with Larry Zonka, we ran the ball.
I think in one Super Bowl, he only completed like 6 passes.
I think it was the Dallas Cowboys Super Bowl. 24-3.
Yeah. So anyway, he had his day on this day. 1982, Orioles Cal Ripken is named American League Rookie of the Year. And boy, did he go on to have a great career. Yeah. In 2024, boy, I can't remember back that far, but Philadelphia running back Saquon Barkley sets the new franchise rushing record with 255 yards. That's the Philadelphia record, that is.
Yes, it is.
And we have birthdays today. November the 24th. A lot of good people were born that day. 1930, American baseball pitcher, Pittsburgh Pirate, gosh, I can't read my own writing.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Boy, this is going to be on the blooper reel if Rick ever does one. Okay. The guy's name was Friend. That's all I can remember.
Yeah.
1930 is a long time ago.
Yeah.
Anyway, 1930, Yale Larry, Hall of Fame player for the Detroit Lions. He was a safety. He was born on this day. And 1938, Oscar Robertson, the Big O. He's 87 today. One of the greatest players of his time. He was an NBA guard for Cincinnati and the Milwaukee Bucks. 1940, Paul Tagliabue, who just passed away not too long ago, NFL commissioner, his birthday, 1940, on this day.
On this day. Brought to you by Carr Brothers, the gathering place. And with that, I want to give a shout out to Big Woody. I'll talk more about him in the next segment too. He's listening. He agrees with me that Giants should have took the points, and I just want to thank him a lot for all the help. He was our guest picker last week, and I believe he got 11 right. No, yeah, I think he's got 11 right coming in to tonight.
Yeah, and the Giants are the only team to lose 10 games.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, we'll have another thing. We'll have our top 5 and bottom 5 of the National Football League in the second hour. Of course, Keith Wagner with Hourglass Realty Group. He'll be with us as well. And I want to give a special shout out to a couple people I saw just earlier tonight. I want to give a shout out to Randolph Market for one, and Chris over there. They do a great job. And Thanksgiving is Thursday. If you need some collard greens or anything like that, anything that you need, they're there to help you out. And, of course, Harry, I stopped by there, and I saw Steve Resnick there, and he's, of course, plays in one of our fantasy football leagues. And he said he listens to the show. I want to thank him. And, of course, Mary and Keith. Saw Keith there picking up some sour cream for Mary as she was fixing dinner tonight. So I'm hoping that y'all are enjoying your dinner and listening here to the Bottom Line. But a shout-out to y'all as well.
Yeah, that's right. Steve Resnick, he won a Super Bowl a couple of years ago.
Fantasy football Super Bowl. Yep, he sure did. And with that, it is just about 22 minutes past the hour. We're going to take a break. When we come back, I'm going to talk high school football and get you all set for this weekend on the championship games being played in high school football. So we'll be right back here. You're listening to The Bottom Line right here on WHAP, The Point.
K&L Barbecue at 1410 Maple Street, inside Cavalier Square, Hopewell. Wants you to know they have great specials on the daily menu, such as hamburger steaks, grilled chicken, a lightly fried chicken sandwich, and of course, the best chicken and dumplings in the Tri-Cities. And don't forget about their world-famous barbecue and sauce. Dine in or carry out at K&L Barbecue. Call 458-4241. That's 458-4241 for K&L Barbecue.
Uh-oh, stranded on the side of the road, flat tire, dead battery, no worries. Tucker Towing Service, LLC has got your back. Whether it's cars, trucks, motorcycles, or trailers, we're here to get you moving again. Need a jump start or a tire change? We do that too. Proudly serving Hopewell, VA, and surrounding areas. We're fast, reliable, and just a call away. Call Tucker Towing at 804-920-4383 or email us at tuckerstowingservice@gmail.com. Tucker Towing Service, LLC, your roadside lifeline.
Hi, this is Andy Clark with Ligon Jones Insurance Services. We're proud to give back to our community by supporting local youth sports and encourage you all to get out and cheer for your team. We're a local independent agent representing Erie Insurance and several others. Give us a call at 804-458-8522 or stop by our new location at 5392 Prince George Drive, Suite B, and let us show you what old-fashioned customer service feels like. We can be your insurance concierge and save you money. www.ligonjones.com.
Looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate? Let Keith and Mandy at Hourglass Realty Group guide you and your family through the journey of home ownership for years to come. With over 17 years of experience as multi-million-dollar producers, they specialize in residential and commercial properties across Richmond, Chesterfield, the Tri-Cities, and surrounding areas. As partner agents with Veterans United, they take pride in helping active and retired veterans find the perfect home. Plus, Keith is a licensed notary for your convenience. Call 804-712-0188. That's 804-712-0188 today and visit them at 11801 Center Street in Chester. They're online at hourglassrealtygroup.com.
Carr Brothers, located at 3100 Jackson Farm Road here in Hopewell. The Gathering Place has great salads, specials every day, and without a doubt, the best burger in town. Call for carryout at 458-4144. That's 458-4144. Carr Brothers.
Hemco, a family-owned business which operates as a full-service buyer, processor, and seller. Hemco purchases, collects, processes, then remits any and all salvageable materials such as copper, brass, aluminum, stainless steel, and much more for the recycling industry. That's Hemco, Hopewell Iron and Metal Company, located at 213 South 6th Avenue, Hopewell, Virginia. For services or questions, call Hemco at 458-8514. Open Monday through Fridays, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. That's Hemco, Hopewell Iron and Metal Company.
911 is the number that can save civilians' lives. 1-800-COP-LINE is the number that can save yours. Did you know more cops die by suicide than in the line of duty? Talk to a cop who cares. Call 1-800-COP-LINE or visit VAFirstResponderWellness.org. The life you save could be your own. Paid for by the Virginia Department of Criminal Justice Services.
I just want to encourage everybody listening today. Your health matters. Your peace matters. You don't have to settle for feeling exhausted, stressed, or just stuck wherever you are. God gave us everything we need. simple, powerful gifts from the earth to support our bodies naturally. It's not complicated. It's not overwhelming. It's just about taking one small step back to what he originally intended. You deserve to feel amazing. And natural solutions are really closer than you think. It's just a text, a phone call, or a stop by Carr Brothers away.
Start your wellness journey today. Reach out to Tony Carr Hathaway. She's been waiting for you. Text wellness to 804-212-8571.
Craving a burger, a shake, or something sweet? Come on down to City Point Ice Cream and Burgers. They're serving all your favorites right here in the heart of Hopewell. From classic burgers and fries to their signature crazy shakes, you'll find exactly what you're looking for. City Point Ice Cream and Burgers is located at 236 East Broadway, downtown Hopewell, open Thursday through Monday from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. and Sundays from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. City Point, more than just a burger. That's City Point Ice Cream and Burgers.
Why didn't you just tell me the truth? Now, let's get back to Steve the Truth with the bottom line. That's what I said.
That's right. I am Steve the Truth alongside Harry Clary. Of course, we're back here for the bottom of the hour is 6:30. Rick Morris is a little bit under the weather, but Rick, if you're listening, you know, last week I won 8-0. Right now in the first half hour, I'm up 3-0. So
I'm getting shut out here.
Yes, you are. That's all right. But we did hear one of our newest sponsors right there, Harry, City Point Ice Cream and Burger Shop, and you visited there sometime this week.
Yes, I did. They have great burgers. They have the singles, doubles, triples. They make them any way you want them. They put them on a toasted bun. The French fries are well done. I can't stand a fry that isn't done well, but these fries are like home fries, but smaller, but they're cooked to perfection. I didn't get a chance to try any ice cream, but next time I go back, it's going to be for the ice cream. They have it in the buckets, you know, kind of like High's ice cream, you know, where they scoop it out, and they have like banana splits, sundaes, anything you want.
Yeah, it's a great place. Make sure you get a chance to go out there and check out City Point Ice Cream and Burgers. And, of course, you heard Tony Carr there, commercial there with Tony's Oily Worlds. That's right, folks. If you haven't heard, the big news is the bottom line is on Channel 3 on cable in the Tri-City areas, and it airs every Tuesday from 5 to 6. So you can watch our show on cable TV here in the Tri-Cities from 5 to 6 on Tuesday afternoons, Harry. That's a big deal.
Yes, it is. And Rick Morris just texted me. He's laughing about something. I don't know what it is.
Yes, he is. Yeah, Rick, we hope you get better soon, man, and have a great Thanksgiving. And, of course, tomorrow's show on Channel 3 in the Tri-City areas on cable is Tony Carr. Tony's Oily Worlds will be on there, of course, and the head coaches and the coaches for the field hockey team here in Hopewell. They'll be on there, Wendy and Jordan. Check that out tomorrow at 5 o'clock on Channel 3 on cable here in the Tri-Cities. And, of course, if you miss our show anytime, go to YouTube with the Bottom Line Sports Bar, listen to me, the Bottom Line Sports Talk Show, WHAP right there on YouTube. You can hear any show that we've had done in the past. With that, we're going to take a look at the scoreboards right now. And, of course, tonight's game between Carolina and San Francisco, kickoff is at 8:15, and that's going to be on ESPN. Some of the games in the National Basketball Association at 7 o'clock tonight. Detroit taking on Indiana. Detroit is 14-2, and Indiana is 2-14. Last year was just the opposite of that. And on Peacock tonight is Cleveland taking on Toronto. 12-6 is Cleveland, and 12-5 is Toronto. At 7:30, the Knicks take on Brooklyn. At 7:30, tip-off of Dallas and Miami is at 7:30. Then 8 o'clock is Denver and Memphis, Portland and Milwaukee, and Chicago and New Orleans. And with that, we're going to move into the high school football portion of it. Well, let's just say high school. We're going to transition from high school football to basketball here very shortly over the next week or two. And taking a look at high school sports, Hopewell did come up a little short to Petersburg, 20-7. Dinwiddie did get shut out by Barana, 34-0. Huguenot defeated Louisa, 34-11. And with that, Dinwiddie was the 1 seed. Louisa was the 2 seed. Huguenot was the 3 seed, I believe it was. And Varana was the 3 seed. I mean, the 4 seed. Excuse me, I get it. Yeah, 2, 3, 1 and 4, and the 4 beat the 1, and the 3 beat the 2 in convincing fashion there. So that's it was a big win there. And of course, little notes. I want to send a shout out to our boy Big Woody. Of course, he covers the games for us on Friday nights and sends us the scores and everything, keeps us up to date. And he's found a couple little nuggets about this loss with Dinwiddie. Verona defeated them 34-0. That's the first time Dinwiddie has been shut out since Hopewell did it. In 2018, Hopewell defeated them 7-0. And it's the first time that Dinwiddie has been shut out in the playoffs since 1987. I was a sophomore. I was a sophomore in high school that year at Dinwiddie High School, and John Marshall beat us 29-0.
I was already out of school and on Social Security back then.
Yes, you were. And we talked about this game a little bit earlier in the opening, the Thomasdale-Manchester game, Harry. Let me explain what happened there. It's a tie game, 21-21. You're playing on the road. Manchester throws up a Hail Mary, and it gets caught by the defense, which is Thomasdale, at the 1-yard line. He proceeds to run it up the sideline, cuts it back inside to the logo on the field, and then comes back around, follows his block, and by the time he got to the 40-yard line, he ran it all the way back, and they won 27-21 in dramatic fashion. That's why would Manchester throw up a Hail Mary in a tie game? If they were losing, I can understand it. You're playing, it's the last play of the game, a regulation, and they lose that way. That's a terrible way to lose.
Yeah, it is. If he'd have caught it, then he'd have been a hero.
That's right. But, it made number one Sports Center nationwide, number one highlight of Saturday morning from Friday night. Thomasdale High School did, and they did their thing. Now, taking a look at the games coming up this weekend, Class 3A championship game is number 1 Lake Taylor taking on Petersburg. Petersburg will be traveling to Lake Taylor, and that game is coming up this weekend. I'm not sure of the times, but I will keep you abreast of the scores on our Facebook page over the weekend. Class 2A championship is Peconics at Armstrong. Armstrong's number 1 seed, and that's a 1 and a 2 seed playing one another there in Class 2. Class 5C championship is Hermitage at Highland Springs. Now, we talked about Highland Springs all year long. Dinwiddie defeated them through the season, and but they got a good chance. And with Thomasdale, with that dramatic win, Class 6A championship game, they're number 2, and they got to travel to Oscar Smith. And we all know how good Oscar Smith and them 757 schools are down there. So Thomasdale's got their work, and Coach Tucker and them over there in Chester got their work cut out for them coming up. Now, Harry, I'm just looking at some of the headlines here. Justin Tucker, formerly of the Baltimore Ravens, has got a tryout with the New Orleans Saints, first one since his suspension. And there's a lot of kickers out there missing field goals.
Well, that'll be great. You just got to keep him out of the Mardi Gras down there because he's dangerous,
That's right. He sure is. Yep. And like I said, while we on the high school football, let me just bring up some stuff here that I got with the Hopewell High School basketball. They got their first game next Wednesday, and I put in a call or text to Coach trying to get him on the show, so I'm hopefully soon we can get him on the show. And I'm just trying to find the schedule.
They're going to have a whole new lineup this year, aren't they?
That they are, yes, sir.
They had a lot of changeover from last year.
Yeah, the coach, everybody is transferred. And while we're talking about that, the Petersburg team, don't look now, but Petersburg is ranked nationally in the basketball. So the football team is playing in state Class 3A championship, which a lot of Hopewellians didn't realize how much they got going on over there in Petersburg. But they had a great field house. They got artificial turf. They got a nice facility over there now.
They did a lot of work on the off season getting ready for this season, too.
Yes, you're exactly right. Now I got the schedule right here from Max Prep. It's the Hopewell Blue Devils basketball schedule. Of course, James Pillam is the new head coach, and they start December 3rd with Passamonics, and that's going to be at Hopewell High School. John Marshall on the 5th, which is a Friday, and then they're on the road at Dinwiddie, and then they come back home the 20th of December and play Highland Springs, but that game is always a good game. And then they play Hermitage after the first of the year on January 6th, at Colonial Heights on the 16th of January, and at Verona on the 24th. Now they take on the Dinwiddie Generals here in Hopewell the 30th of January, and then Colonial Heights comes to Hopewell February 10th, and they close the season out with Verona at Hopewell High School on a Wednesday, February 18th. And hopefully WHAP can do what they can do and we'll broadcast some of these games so you can follow the local sports. And like I said, this is one thing that we do, Harry. We try to stay local, especially with Hopewell and Petersburg and Prince George, Thomasdale. And like I said, last week we had, tomorrow at 5 o'clock you can see the coaches from the field hockey team that made the playoffs for the first time in a while for field hockey tomorrow on Channel 3 and the Tri-Cities on cable.
Well, there's nothing more important than the kids that are close to home, which I guess includes Travion Henderson. He's a kid that's close to home.
Yeah.
I mean, not physically right now, but he's from here.
Yeah, and then I'm going to try to work out some things if T. Ron Richardson with Hopewell High School is available. We're going to reach out to him and see if we can get him on for a segment of the show. He's already committed to the University of Oklahoma, and he's right here in Hopewell High School. So we're going to try to see if him and Coach Irby can come on. I didn't want to do it this weekend with him, the season freshly over like that.
Right.
Try to get him on if we can. I'm going to try to reach out. And then again, like I said, I cannot thank Big Woody enough, Harry, as much as scoring that he does. And I know he's a big listener of the program. He's a friend of the program. And he was our guest last week as well. And but he does a lot behind the scenes for us, and I can't thank him enough. And of course, last Tuesday was his birthday. So, Woody, happy birthday. We didn't get a chance to say it on air last week, so I wanted to give you a shout-out, and happy Thanksgiving to you, big guy.
So he'll be a year older next time he gets on the show.
Yep.
Well, Woody is very knowledgeable, and he loves it, and that's why he's good at it.
You're exactly right, Harry. With that, we're going to take a break. That covers our high school portion of the show, and that's brought to you by K&L, where friends meet to eat. You're listening to The Bottom Line right here on WHAP, The Point.
Hi, this is Andy Clark with Ligon Jones Insurance Services. We're proud to give back to our community by supporting local youth sports and encourage you all to get out and cheer for your team. We're a local independent agent representing Erie Insurance and several others. Give us a call at 804-458-8522 or stop by our new location at 5392 Prince George Drive, Suite B, and let us show you what old-fashioned customer service feels like. We can be your insurance concierge and save you money. www.ligonjones.com.
I just want to encourage everybody listening today. Your health matters. Your peace matters. You don't have to settle for feeling exhausted, stressed, or just stuck wherever you are. God gave us everything we need. Simple, powerful gifts from the earth to support our bodies naturally. It's not complicated. It's not overwhelming. It's just about taking one small step back to what He originally intended. You deserve to feel amazing. And Natural Solutions are really closer than you think. It's just a text, a phone call, or a stop by Car Brothers away.
Start your wellness journey today. Reach out to Tony Carr Hathaway. She's been waiting for you. Text wellness to 804-212-8571.
Hemco, a family-owned business which operates as a full-service buyer, processor, and seller. Hemco purchases, collects, processes, then remits any and all salvageable materials such as copper, brass, aluminum, stainless steel, and much more for the recycling industry. That's Hemco, Hopewell Iron and Metal Company, located at 213 South 6th Avenue, Hopewell, Virginia. For services or questions, call Hemco at 458-8514. Open Monday through Fridays, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. That's Hemco, Hopewell Iron and Metal Company.
Looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate? Let Keith and Mandy at Hourglass Realty Group guide you and your family through the journey of home ownership for years to come. With over 17 years of experience as multi-million-dollar producers, they specialize in residential and commercial properties across Richmond, Chesterfield, the Tri-Cities, and surrounding areas. As partner agents with Veterans United, they take pride in helping active and retired veterans find the perfect home. Plus, Keith is a licensed notary for your convenience. Call 804-712-0188. That's 804-712-0188 today and visit them at 11801 Center Street in Chester. They're online at hourglassrealtygroup.com.
Uh-oh, stranded on the side of the road, flat tire, dead battery, no worries. Tucker Towing Service, LLC has got your back. Whether it's cars, trucks, motorcycles, or trailers, we're here to get you moving again. Need a jump start or a tire change? We do that too. Proudly serving Hopewell, VA, and surrounding areas. We're fast, reliable, and just a call away. Call Tucker Towing at 804-920-4383. or email us at tuckerstowingservice@gmail.com. Tucker Towing Service, LLC, your roadside lifeline.
Why didn't you just tell me the truth? Now, let's get back to Steve the Truth with the bottom line. That's what I
said. All right, this is Steve the Truth alongside of Harry Clary right here at WHAP Studios, Fox Sports Radio. We want to thank you for tuning in with us tonight. It is just about quarter towards 7 o'clock, 6:43. To be exact. Don't forget tonight's Monday night football matchup is San Francisco playing Carolina. It is 8:15 kickoff. Should be a pretty good game. San Francisco is favored by 7.5 points, and the over and under is 49.5. And me and Harry were talking about it during the break. College, we're getting ready to talk college football top 25. But this week, as I said it in the opening, Harry, this is one of the good things about what positive thing about this week is, there's their basketball is playing right now all day long. And then when we get to Thursday, we got the National Football League, and we got a couple college games on Thursday, Thanksgiving Day. And then Friday, we got college football, starts at noon, runs all day. Saturday, we got college football, runs all day with championship games and games that are very, very important to the college football playoff standings.
And then a related story, housewives do more traveling this time of year.
You're exactly right. It's a holiday. It is. Like I said, I want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. And that's exactly right. People start traveling on Tuesdays. And don't forget, there's a chance of rain on Wednesday as well. Now, taking a look at your top 25 college football AP rankings, the Ohio State, they're 11-0. They're ranked number 1. Indiana's number 2. Texas A&M, number 3. All three teams are undefeated. Now, taking a look at Texas A&M, they have to play Texas Friday night on ABC. And Texas, Archie Manning, and they still got a chance. Texas has still got a chance to make the playoffs in college football.
It must be a lot of pressure on Arch Manning. I mean, can you imagine your grandfather was a great quarterback. 2 of your uncles are Hall of Fame. Well, Eli's probably going to be a Hall of Fame.
He's going to get him.
I can't imagine the pressure, and the kid. It's his first year, and there's a lot of pressure there, Steve. I think people expect way too much out of him.
Yeah, and Indiana plays Friday night as well too on a different network, and it's they play Purdue. So anything could happen. These late games in the season, if they slip up and lose a game, you could fall down the standings and not make the playoffs.
And Virginia would move up from 17, wouldn't they, Steve?
They sure would, yep. The Ohio State, they always said that all they need to do is beat Michigan. They haven't done it in the last couple of years. They're playing Michigan Saturday at noon, and that should be a good game.
That should be game of the week as far as college football goes.
Yes, I believe it is. And also on Friday, Georgia Tech coming off a big loss. All they had to do was win. They controlled their destiny. All they had to do was win and beat Georgia. All they had to do was win this past Saturday against Pittsburgh, and they were going to be in the ACC championship game. Pittsburgh come to play, and Georgia Tech comes up short. And like I said, they tried to make it. They were down 28-0 in the first quarter, and they made a run to come back, but just fell a little short. So Georgia Tech will be playing Georgia, and Georgia, of course, is ranked number 5 in the nation, number 4 in the nation. So that's a big game, and Georgia Tech's going to be 23rd. They fell down 8 spots after that loss to Pittsburgh. And speaking of somewhere here close, taking a look at the Notre Dame is 9th, Alabama 10th, BYU 11th. BYU is the top team to possibly move into the playoffs, top five conferences. And Vanderbilt, Miami, of course, they're 9-2. They got them ranked 13th, and last week they had them ranked 11th in the college football playoff just because they think Miami's better than all the other teams in the ACC. But the ACC champion gets the bid. So ACC might get 2 bids, and we'll have to see. But all in all, our UVA Cavaliers are ranked 17th. And all we have to do Saturday night at 7 o'clock is beat the Virginia Tech Hokies, and UVA is on the way to Charlotte for the ACC championship game.
That would be nice. And, you know, the ACC is not famous for putting a lot of football teams in the playoffs, but they are famous for putting a lot of basketball teams in the playoffs.
Now, speaking of, let me finish out rounding out the top 25 here in college football. USC is 19th. James Madison. Give a shout out to Andy Clark of Legion Jones Insurance. Of course, he's a big supporter and alumni of James Madison. They're 10-1 and they're ranked 20th. North Texas is 10-1. They're 21st. Tulane is 22nd. Georgia Tech's 23rd. Pittsburgh's 24, and SMU is 25. The last 3 teams, all 3 of those, are from the ACC. Now, SMU has a chance to make the ACC tournament as well. They win, they're in. Virginia wins, they're in. Now, going back to your college basketball, Harry, college basketball is at its best right now. You can turn the TV on right now, and on any sports channel, there's a good chance you're going to see a basketball game, college basketball game on. And our Cavaliers, this is the first year that Coach Odom's been there, and he is the first coach ever for the University of Virginia to start 5-0.
Wow.
That's
saying something. I mean, you've
been around since 1932. The Terry Hollins, the Bennetts, all those. But we came up a little short yesterday. We played Butler in the Greenbrier Invitational. That's right there just inside of West Virginia. They played inside a ballroom they had an attendance of about 1,200 people in there playing basketball. It was a real small place, but it was very expensive, the Greenbrier. And on the way to Friday night, me and the wife were on the way somewhere, and I was listening to the basketball game, and the announcers mentioned that they ate breakfast there at the Greenbrier Friday, and for both of them, it cost $150 for breakfast.
Wow.
Yeah, so
I'd have to skip breakfast.
Yeah, and then he made a comment that his wife went down to the spa to take a warm bath, and it was $75.
I'd skip the bath, too.
Yeah, but that shows you what type of facility they played in. So right now, UVA is sitting at 5-1. And another fun stat for college basketball, this is the first time, I think, since 1996, I believe it was, that the teams that are ranked between 1 and 25 have not lost to a unranked team. 85. Yes, as of yesterday, it was 85-0.
I bet the odds are astronomical on that happening.
Yeah, it's like I said, that's unranked teams. You know, they played other teams in the top 25 and they may have lost, but they between all top 25 teams, there were 85-0.
Wow,
to start the season.
Steve, I was looking over the top 25 in football, and I looked at Tulane. They're called the Blue Wave now.
Yes,
what did they used to be called?
I can't.
Weren't they the Owls or something?
No, that's Temple Owls.
That's Temple. That's right, not Tulane.
We'll have to look it up. And that's
well, you know what I think Tulane should be? Highways.
Tulane
Highways.
Tulane Highways. He'll be here all night, folks. Yeah, and with that, we're going to take a quick break. And like I said, that's our college football segment, and this is brought to you by Legion Jones Insurance. Of course, I just mentioned him. James Madison University is 9-1, I believe it is, and they're doing their thing. 10-1, excuse me. They're 10-1, and they have a small chance to make the playoffs, which I think it would be great if we can get 2 Virginia schools in the college football playoffs. That would be unbelievable. But with that, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we will be shortly toward the top of the hour, but we're going to talk about some headlines over the weekend in sports. And then, of course, We're going to have the second hour. We're going to have Keith Wagner with us from Hourglass Realty Group. He will be with us as well. So we want to thank you for listening. Like I said, the big news of the day right here on the bottom line is we are now, you can see us on YouTube. You can check out the show there. You can check us out right here on WHAP, Fox Sports Radio 1340 AM and 96.9 FM, and WHAPradio.com from 6 to 8 on Mondays. But you can also see us on TV on Tuesdays from 5 to 6 on Channel 3 in the Tri-City area on cable. So we're moving forward out there and out and about. So with that, for Harry Clary, I'm Steve the Truth. We're going to take a break right here. You're listening to The Bottom Line right here on WHAP, The Point.
K&L Barbecue at 1410 Maple Street, inside Cavalier Square, Hopewell. Wants you to know they have great specials on the daily menu, such as hamburger steaks, grilled chicken, a lightly fried chicken sandwich, and of course, the best chicken and dumplings in the Tri-Cities. And don't forget about their world-famous barbecue and sauce. Dine in or carry out at K&L Barbecue. Call 458-4241. That's 458-4241 for K&L Barbecue.
Uh-oh, stranded on the side of the road, flat tire, dead battery, no worries. Tucker Towing Service, LLC has got your back. Whether it's cars, trucks, motorcycles, or trailers, we're here to get you moving again. Need a jump start or a tire change? We do that too. Proudly serving Hopewell, VA, and surrounding areas. We're fast, reliable, and just a call away. Call Tucker Towing at 804-920-4383 or email us at tuckerstowingservice@gmail.com. Tucker Towing Service, LLC, your roadside lifeline.
Looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate? Let Keith and Mandy at Hourglass Realty Group guide you and your family through the journey of home ownership for years to come. With over 17 years of experience as multi-million-dollar producers, they specialize in residential and commercial properties across Richmond, Chesterfield, the Tri-Cities, and surrounding areas. As partner agents with Veterans United, they take pride in helping active and retired veterans find the perfect home. Plus, Keith is a licensed notary for your convenience. Call 804-712-0188. That's 804-712-0188 today and visit them at 11801 Center Street in Chester. They're online at hourglassrealtygroup.com.
I just want to encourage everybody listening today. Your health matters. Your peace matters. You don't have to settle for feeling exhausted, stressed, or just stuck wherever you are. God gave us everything we need. Simple, powerful gifts from the earth to support our bodies naturally. It's not complicated. It's not overwhelming. It's just about taking one small step back to what He originally intended. You deserve to feel amazing. And natural solutions are really closer than you think. It's just a text, a phone call, or a stop by Car Brothers away.
Start your wellness journey today. Reach out to Tony Carr Hathaway. She's been waiting for you. Text wellness to 804-212-8571.
Hemco, a family-owned business which operates as a full-service buyer, processor, and seller. Hemco purchases, collects, processes, then remits any and all salvageable materials such as copper, brass, aluminum, stainless steel, and much more for the recycling industry. That's Hemco, Hopewell Iron and Metal Company, located at 213 South 6th Avenue, Hopewell, Virginia. For services or questions, call Hemco at 458-8514. Open Monday through Fridays, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. That's Hemco, Hopewell Iron and Metal Company.
Craving a burger, a shake, or something sweet? Come on down to City Point Ice Cream and Burgers. They're serving all your favorites right here in the heart of Hopewell. From classic burgers and fries to their signature crazy shakes, you'll find exactly what you're looking for. City Point Ice Cream and Burgers is located at 236 East Broadway, downtown Hopewell, open Thursday through Monday from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. and Sundays from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. City Point, more than just a burger. That's City Point Ice Cream and Burgers.
Why didn't you just tell me the truth? Now, let's get back to Steve the Truth with the bottom line. That's what I said.
All right, we are back here. It is just shortly before the hour of 7 o'clock. I want to update some promos for what we got going on right here on WHAP The Point. Every Saturday morning starting at 4 o'clock with blues, R&B, and beach music. That is our man Chip Cook every Saturday from 4. Well, it starts at 4 to 7, I believe it is. And Chip's a good guy. I called his show up a couple weeks ago. He's been playing some really good music. And, of course, our friend Win Hasty, he used to do the ball games with me here on WHAP. He plays some R&B, classic rock, as well as Elvis Presley. With Win, the Baby Boomer Hasty, Sunday starting at 4 o'clock. And then Monday starting at 6 p.m., that's us. You can hear the Bottom Line Sports Talk with Steve the Truth, Harry Clary, and Rick Morris. And then every weekday from 6 until 10, Monday through Friday, you can hear Gordon Finney right here on 1340 AM and 96.9 FM. And then Keith the Bluegrass Barber from 6 to 9 a.m. every Saturday playing bluegrass, and Buddy playing bluegrass as well from 9 to 12. That's our live shows that we got here, all local there right here on WHAP. It is just about the top of the hours. We got to take a break, get our station ID in, and some of these fine sponsors are shout out. Of course, I can't thank every one of them enough. Tucker's Towing, that's Melissa and Jerry Tucker, Hempco, Hopewell Iron and Metal Company, Hourglass Realty Group. Of course, Wag will be with us here in the second hour of the show. K&L Barbecue, where friends meet to eat. Of course, tomorrow is Tuesday, so you'll be able to get some Navy beans. And then Wednesday, they got the turkey dinner as well. And then Tony's Oily Worlds, you can check her out. She was our guest last week. And don't forget, she will be on the show tomorrow at 5 o'clock on Channel 3 in the Tri-City area on your local cable. Carr Brothers, of course, the gathering place, proud sponsor of On This Date. And Legion Jones Insurance. Can't thank Andy Clark enough with that. And one of our newest sponsors, you heard it just a second ago, City Point Ice Cream and Burgers. Check them out right downtown Hopewell. We'll be right back here shortly after the top of the hour. You're listening to The Bottom Line with Steve the Truth, featuring Harry Clary and Rick Morris right here on WHAP Hopewell.
This is Donovan McNabb, and you're listening to The Bottom Line with Steve Nugent right here on Sports Radio 1340 WHAP Hopewell.
K&L Barbecue at 1410 Maple Street, inside Cavalier Square, Hopewell. Wants you to know they have great specials on the daily menu, such as hamburger steaks, grilled chicken, a lightly fried chicken sandwich, and of course, the best chicken and dumplings in the Tri-Cities. And don't forget about their world-famous barbecue and sauce. Dine in or carry out at K&L Barbecue. Call 458-4241. That's 458-4241 for K&L Barbecue.
Uh-oh, stranded on the side of the road, flat tire, dead battery, no worries. Tucker Towing Service, LLC has got your back. Whether it's cars, trucks, motorcycles, or trailers, we're here to get you moving again. Need a jump start or a tire change? We do that too. Proudly serving Hopewell, VA, and surrounding areas. We're fast, reliable, and just a call away. Call Tucker Towing at 804-920-4383 or email us at tuckerstowingservice@gmail.com. Tucker Towing Service, LLC, your roadside lifeline.
Hi, this is Andy Clark with Ligon Jones Insurance Services. We're proud to give back to our community by supporting local youth sports and encourage you all to get out and cheer for your team. We're a local independent agent representing Erie Insurance and several others. Give us a call at 804-458-8522 or stop by our new location at 5392 Prince George Drive, Suite B, and let us show you what old-fashioned customer service feels like. We can be your insurance concierge and save you money. www.ligonjones.com.
Looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate? Let Keith and Mandy at Hourglass Realty Group guide you and your family through the journey of home ownership for years to come. With over 17 years of experience as multi-million-dollar producers, they specialize in residential and commercial properties across Richmond, Chesterfield, the Tri-Cities, and surrounding areas. As partner agents with Veterans United, they take pride in helping active and retired veterans find the perfect home. Plus, Keith is a licensed notary for your convenience. Call 804-712-0188. That's 804-712-0188 today and visit them at 11801 Center Street in Chester. They're online at hourglassrealtygroup.com.
Carr Brothers, located at 3100 Jackson Farm Road here in Hopewell. The Gathering Place has great salads, specials every day, and without a doubt, the best burger in town. Call for carryout at 458-4144. That's 458-4144. Carr Brothers.
This is The Bottom Line with Steve the Truth Nugent. And the truth will set you free. He covers everything from high school to the pros and everything in between here in the Tri-Cities. Now, let's go to Steve the Truth with The Bottom Line.
All right, this is the second hour of the show. We want to thank you for joining us right here on WHAP Radio, 1340 AM, 96.9 FM, WHAPradio.com as well. Of course, check us out on Comcast, Channel 3 in the cable, on your local cable in the Tri-Cities. And, of course, you can check us out on YouTube at The Bottom Line Sports Talk Radio Show, WHAP Hopewell. And I'm going to try to see if I can get this gentleman on the phone. Woody, are you there?
TJ Video Channel 3.
Yeah. Woody, are you there, buddy? Well, all right, I can hear you, Woody. Can you talk?
Can he talk?
Oh, no, that sounded like we lost him. I'm sorry about that, but we were trying. But that was Big Woody, of course, calling up. He wanted to get it on the radio. Let's see if we can get him now. See if we can get him on there. Big Woody, you there? I hear you. Can you talk up a little bit? Can you hear me?
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, I just wanted to call and say I enjoyed, thank you being on the show. That's like all the birthday wishes, and that was like a birthday present for me. But, talking about that wild ending of that Manchester-Thomas Dale game this past Friday night, Steve and Harry and Rick, all y'all, it brought up memories back in 2014. I was live at Thomas Dale High School at September the 6th, 2014, and L.C. Bird beat Thomas Dale on a Hail Mary last play, 20 to 15. And just a little over 2 months, November the 7th of the same year, 2014, I was at Manchester High School, the last game of the season, and L.C. Bird was on the road playing Manchester, and Manchester beat L.C. Bird on a Hail Mary 26 to 20. And I'm telling you, I was just sitting here right here listening to you, those plays were almost, I said, he's going to score, they're going to hit it. I called it into Thomas Dale at the beginning of the season, and at the end, I said it looked like the same thing over and over again, and I said they're going to score and beat them again. That happened, and I was there. That is something that was blew my mind. I could not believe it on the same season, and of course, L.C. Bird did go on in that year to win their third straight championship title in the state championship of Virginia. But I told you, that brought up that ending of that Dale game. It brought that came right back to my mind. I said, Lord, I was there, and I saw some great. You don't never know what's going to happen in these high school sports, but I couldn't believe it.
Yeah,
beginning and the end of the year, I witnessed a Hail Mary victories at the start of the season, and I thought I just want to share that one.
Yeah,
with you.
Yeah, let me get.
And I know you got other things to do, but I just want to share that with you.
Yeah, let me get your thoughts there. Now, the game was tied 21-21. Why would Manchester throw up a Hail Mary at the end of regulation?
I don't understand that because all the momentum has shifted to Manchester. And as a matter of fact, I know this guy, he coaches Petersburg, and I work with him, and he's a coach. And I said, well, he said he would have went to overtime because he said Manchester had all the momentum, and they did. They were down 21-6 at halftime. You fought all the way back, 15 points down, and you had a tie game, there's no use to go to overtime, fight, live another down. I know people want to go. I don't understand this. This is not next week. You don't have next week. You don't have the regular season. This is win or go home. The state championship is on the line, and I would have went to overtime at least. I would have lived another day. If I win, if I lose. But at least I gave my team another chance. I gave the guys another chance, and that's what I believe they should have done.
Yeah, I agree 100%. And earlier in the first hour of the show, we were talking about the play with the New York Giants yesterday and kicking a field goal. I think they should have kicked the field goal and gone up 30-24 and make them score a touchdown. Instead, the analytics right now says, hey, go for it. If you fourth down within 3 yards, you got a better chance of getting it. I don't agree with that.
I tell you what, I like the old school analytics. You got all these percentages today. Go with your gut and your coaching. I tell you what, the Giants would have been up 6 points, and that makes it, you got to come down and get a touchdown, and that makes the odds a little bit different. Dallas almost did the same thing yesterday at the end. They came down and they went for it down there at 4th and 1. Instead of kicking the field goal, they could have went up 3. It was still a tie game. They were fortunate. Philadelphia could have, towards the game, Philadelphia could have marched down there, had a time-consuming drive, and made the game-winning field goal. But, of course, Dallas did stop them and got the ball back and did win at the end. But I just don't understand. Take the points. It's always been said, and it's just old school. Take the points because, like you said, you need points.
Yeah, points is what wins the game. And then you hear these broadcasters says field goals don't win the game. Well, it does if you kick a field goal in overtime to win the game.
Exactly. And I just don't understand all this going for it. It's going crazy. I mean, go out there, get your points, and have the Giants. I mean, I saw a graphic. There was like 5 games this year, and that was one of them, where the Giants lost 5 games in the last few minutes of the ball game and had the lead. And here was another one they could have won. What a huge win that would have been for the Giants on the road in Detroit. I tell you what.
Yeah, it would have been. If you're just joining us here at 9 minutes after the hour, 7 o'clock, this is The Bottom Line with Steve the Truth, featuring Harry Clary and Rick Morris. Rick is feeling under the weather today, so we hope he gets better over the next week, and we wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving and coming up this week. And Big Woody is with us on the K&L Barbecue Hotline right here, talking about high school football and and pro football. And your thoughts on, I was just seeing some news today, Big Woody, that your quarterback for the Washington Redskins, Daniels, is practicing long shot to return Sunday after their record being 3-8. Do you really think they should bring Daniels back this early?
No. I mean, I think they should bring him along, but there's no use, there's no urgency. Possibly the realm of the playoffs is probably might be out of reach, I would say, but they don't need to risk him. Like the same way with Joe Burrow, bring him along. Now the Cincinnati, they might be within playoff range, I know, but there's no rush. I don't think they should bring him along. Because you know what, he's done come. He's been hurt. He's done come. We don't want no RG3 situation again. We don't need that.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Well, good luck Sunday night taking on Rick Morris's the Denver Broncos right here in Washington. Should be fun. And Woody, happy Thanksgiving again, man. And we appreciate everything that you do for the show.
Appreciate all you guys. We love y'all, and y'all enjoy your show. Y'all have a good one now.
All right, you too. Thanks so much.
All right, bye.
That's Big Woody. Harry, of course, like I said, can't thank him enough for everything he does for us so far as what he does.
Absolutely, and as far as high school sports and all that stuff, there's probably not anybody around here as knowledgeable as he is.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Yep.
I mean, I know he follows all the other sports too, but we're big on the local and big on the youth on this show.
Yes, we sure are. That's the main thing. Like I said, we've said it many times before. That's the reason why one reason why we came back in March is to promote the local youth in the area.
That's right. I mean, Hopewell High School is just a couple of rock throws from the station itself.
Yep, you're exactly right. Now, with that, we're changing gears a little bit like we do every Monday night right here on the Bottom Line. We do the top 5 and the bottom 5 of the National Football League. And, of course, I'll start with my top 5, and I'm going to start from 5 to the top. And I got the Seattle Seahawks. They're coming in 5th. And then I got the Indianapolis Colts 4th. They're coming off a loss, but in Kansas City, it's hard to beat Kansas City in Kansas City. And if Kansas City can make the playoffs, I think Kansas City can do some damage there in the playoffs. I got the Rams sitting 3rd, and they're looking pretty good. And I got the New England Patriots. They got 10 wins now, and I got them sitting at number 2. And the number 1 team I got in the National Football League right now is the Denver Broncos, and they're sitting at I believe it's 9-2 or 10-2. I don't have my glasses on. They're 9-2. They're on a bye week, and they're playing Washington this week. They'll be favored in that game, I would assume. So I have Denver, New England, Rams, Colts, and Seahawks. Harry, who you got in your top 5?
Okay, I have the Patriots. Maybe I should start at 5-1 myself.
Okay.
I guess I've given it away. The Patriots are number 1. They had the best record in football.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Seattle, I have them at number 5. They've scored 107 more points than they've given up. They're 8-3. I've got the Eagles at number 4. They're 8-3 also. And thing about them is they're pretty lucky. They've only scored 30 more points than they've given up.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't put the Bears in. Get this. The Bears have scored 289, and they've given up 292, so they have more points scored against them than they've scored, and they're still 8-3. But I don't have them in there. I've got the Eagles at number 4. I've got the Rams at number 3.
Mm-hmm.
The Rams are 9-2, and they've scored 127 more points than they've given up. I've got the Broncos at number 2. They have the biggest point difference in the NFL. They've got 341 points scored for them, 192. That's a 148 plus Broncos. And I have the Patriots because they're 10-2. They have the best record in football.
And check this out. They are 6-0 on the road. New England Patriots are 4-2 at home, 6-0 on the road. If you can win on the road, you can. That's a difference maker right there.
Right. So I guess the only difference in our 2 lineups is you don't have the Patriots, and
I got the Patriots second.
Oh, you do?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Well, I didn't put the Colts in there.
Yeah. And speaking of the Colts, now this could be fool's gold. The Indianapolis Colts are 8-3. They lost a game yesterday to Kansas City, but check this out: they're undefeated at home, 6-0, and in a way they ain't 1 but 2. They're 2 out of 3.
Right.
So that's their first loss. Well, like I said, they can't win on the road in their division. They're 6-2, and in the conference, they're 2-0 in the division and 6-2 in the conference.
Yeah, they traded away the guy that dropped that lost the ball before. So Mitchell, wasn't that his name?
And they would have beat the Rams that day if that would have happened.
They would have beat the Rams.
Yep, you're exactly right. Now moving on to our bottom 5. And the bottom 5, of course, we're going to start with number 5. I got the New Orleans Saints. Of course, as you and I spoke, I really think the New Orleans Saints, they might not take him with the first pick in the draft, but somewhere in that draft they will think about drafting Archie Manning with the Texas Longhorns. So I got them coming in at number 5. The Giants, number 4. Of course, the Giants are looking... Like I said, that play they had yesterday, they had the flea flicker was one of them. They scored a touchdown, and the other one was the wide receiver was running, and he threw the ball to the quarterback, Mr. Meeting W's, Jameson, and he scored his first touchdown in pro football as a quarterback. Jameson did for the Giants yesterday. It was a neat play. But I have them 4th. Of course, as Big Woody just mentioned, that they've lost 5 games with under 3 points or the last second of the ball game. That's pretty tough. The Jets, of course, are the Jets. So they're second to last. And, of course, Tennessee, They don't have but one win, and yesterday Seattle did their thing to them, 30-13. So I got Tennessee as the worst team in the National Football League. Harry, who you got? Your bottom five.
Okay, my number 5, I have the Jets, and you know why.
Yeah, because they're the Jets.
If they were 12-0, I'd have them in the bottom 5.
Yeah.
Because they're the Jets.
Because they're the Jets.
Okay, the Giants had the worst next to the worst record in football at 2-10. I got them 4th. Then I have the Raiders. They just don't have a whole lot going for them. I have the Saints at number 2, and the Titans. I have the worst team in the NFL.
Now, speaking of the Raiders, I got them 3rd on my list as well. And the big news of today was they fired Chip Kelly, the offensive coordinator for the Rams. I don't think he was really the problem. I think the quarterback, the whole system right there is struggling with the Raiders. And I
would have thought Pete Carroll and Geno Smith would have gelled by now. I mean, they work so well together in Seattle.
He looked so flustered. That game yesterday afternoon, he was just really flustered of the wide receivers not running the routes that they should or that he thought they should. And like I said, it's not a very positive. They're where the Dolphins were 6 weeks ago.
I don't think the problem is Geno Smith at all. You know, what did he say after the game? He says, if your marriage isn't working, blame it on me. I mean, he said, if you want to blame us for a loss, blame it on me. And then he went on to say if any of the world's problems you could blame on him.
He's like I said,
I like him.
Yeah, I do too. Raiders named quarterback coach Olsen to the interim offensive coordinator for the Raiders. So hopefully taking somebody out the equation makes them better. Look at Miami. Ever since we fired Greer, I say we with the Miami Dolphins fired the general manager, we 2-0. So you never know. We'll have to see. And with that, we're going to take a quick break, and our guest hopefully will be here soon. I think he might be here, and that is Keith Wagner of Hourglass Realty Group. He's going to tell us about some houses that he has and properties that he has up for sale. And like I said, I ride around the city of Hopewell quite often, and I see Hourglass Realty Group signs up everywhere. And when I spoke with him Friday about it, he was telling me they go all the way out to Williamsburg and all that. He got houses everywhere. So wherever you're looking for, Keith Wagner is your man to sell you a home. We're going to take a break. When we come back, hopefully we'll have Wag with us. We'll talk about that. And then later in the second half of this hour, we're going to break down the National Football League's Week 13 and get you set for tonight's matchup between San Francisco and the Carolina Panthers. You're listening to The Bottom Line right here on WHAP Hopewell.
K&L Barbecue at 1410 Maple Street, inside Cavalier Square, Hopewell. Wants you to know they have great specials on the daily menu, such as hamburger steaks, grilled chicken, a lightly fried chicken sandwich, and of course, the best chicken and dumplings in the Tri-Cities. And don't forget about their world-famous barbecue and sauce. Dine in or carry out at K&L Barbecue. Call 458-4241. That's 458-4241 for K&L Barbecue.
Uh-oh, stranded on the side of the road, flat tire, dead battery, no worries. Tucker Towing Service, LLC has got your back. Whether it's cars, trucks, motorcycles, or trailers, we're here to get you moving again. Need a jump start or a tire change? We do that too. Proudly serving Hopewell, VA, and surrounding areas. We're fast, reliable, and just a call away. Call Tucker Towing at 804-920-4383 or email us at tuckerstowingservice@gmail.com. Tucker Towing Service, LLC, your roadside lifeline.
Looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate? Let Keith and Mandy at Hourglass Realty Group guide you and your family through the journey of home ownership for years to come. With over 17 years of experience as multi-million-dollar producers, they specialize in residential and commercial properties across Richmond, Chesterfield, the Tri-Cities, and surrounding areas. As partner agents with Veterans United, they take pride in helping active and retired veterans find the perfect home. Plus, Keith is a licensed notary for your convenience. Call 804-712-0188. That's 804-712-0188 today and visit them at 11801 Center Street in Chester. They're online at hourglassrealtygroup.com.
I just want to encourage everybody listening today. Your health matters. Your peace matters. You don't have to settle for feeling exhausted, stressed, or just stuck wherever you are. God gave us everything we need. Simple, powerful gifts from the earth to support our bodies naturally. It's not complicated. It's not overwhelming. It's just about taking one small step back to what He originally intended. You deserve to feel amazing. And natural solutions are really closer than you think. It's just a text, a phone call, or a stop by Car Brothers away.
Start your wellness journey today. Reach out to Tony Carr Hathaway. She's been waiting for you. Text wellness to 804-212-8571.
Hemco, a family-owned business which operates as a full-service buyer, processor, and seller. Hemco purchases, collects, processes, then remits any and all salvageable materials such as copper, brass, aluminum, stainless steel, and much more for the recycling industry. That's Hemco, Hopewell Iron and Metal Company, located at 213 South 6th Avenue, Hopewell, Virginia. For services or questions, call Hemco at 458-8514. Open Monday through Fridays, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. That's Hemco, Hopewell Iron and Metal Company.
Hi, this is Andy Clark with Ligon Jones Insurance Services. We're proud to give back to our community by supporting local youth sports and encourage you all to get out and cheer for your team. We're a local independent agent representing Erie Insurance and several others. Give us a call at 804-458-8522 or stop by our new location at 5392 Prince George Drive, Suite B, and let us show you what old-fashioned customer service feels like. We can be your insurance concierge and save you money. www.ligonjones.com.
Car Brothers, located at 3100 Jackson Farm Road here in Hopewell. The Gathering Place has great salads, specials every day, and without a doubt, the best burger in town. Call for carryout at 458-4144. That's 458-4144. Car Brothers.
Craving a burger, a shake, or something sweet? Come on down to City Point Ice Cream and Burgers. They're serving all your favorites right here in the heart of Hopewell. From classic burgers and fries to their signature crazy shakes, you'll find exactly what you're looking for. City Point Ice Cream and Burgers is located at 236 East Broadway, downtown Hopewell, open Thursday through Monday from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. and Sundays from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. City Point, more than just a burger. That's City Point Ice Cream and Burgers.
Why didn't you just tell me the truth? Now, let's get back to Steve the Truth with the bottom line.
That's what I said.
All right, we are back here at the studios. I am Steve the Truth. You're listening to The Bottom Line with Steve the Truth, featuring Harry Clary. And, of course, get you straight for the night's game of San Francisco taking on the Carolina Panthers. And that's a big game for both teams. San Francisco trying to keep up with the Rams and the Seahawks in their division. And Carolina's trying to take the division lead tonight. And who would have thunk that 6 months ago? I don't know. But we're here now with the one, the only, Mr. Wag, which is Keith Wagner of Hourglass Realty Group. You probably see their signs all over town and throughout the Tri-City area. And we were talking just a little while ago about the where we met, but we'll talk about that later on. But about how far, where he is about sales-wise. And Keith, welcome to the show, big guy.
Thank you, sir. I always appreciate it. Good to join you guys.
Yeah, and of course, I mentioned that you see your signs everywhere. Tell the folks a little bit about where you're located and, of course, what you have to offer them. And the market right now is to buy.
Yeah, and actually, I'm starting to think maybe it's kind of balancing itself out right now with sellers and buyers. We've been very, very busy here this quarter here, and I think, we got about 10 closing before Christmas. And it's a good mixture of buyers and sellers. Interest rates are still, I think, good. We're all spoiled from a few years ago, but talking to my lender today, and FHA fixed rates today. We're sitting at 6.1, and that's a good rate. Kind of keeps you not too high, but at a spot where maybe in a couple of years the economy keeps getting better and the rates drop. You get to the point where you can do that, refi and get that lower rate. So very encouraged. Active buyers out there. Still got sellers. Got some inventory, so definitely can help you.
Yeah, and then be sure to check out our Facebook page, the Bottom Line Sports Talk Radio Show, and you can see the logo, his cards there of all the sponsors here for the Bottom Line, and be sure to reach out to him if you're in the real estate business and want to buy a home or a building or anything in the Tri-Cities. Like you said, you're as far as Williamsburg?
We got Williamsburg, we've got Emporia, Southampton, so we're pretty much all over the area. So we got 3 home inspections this week. Today was Emporia. Tomorrow's Emporia. Today was out in Dinwoody, and we've got one out in Williamsburg. So very, very active out there.
Yeah.
And there is some grant money still available for first-time home buyers. So if you're that first-time buyer and you've been kind of sitting on the fence, it's a good time.
Yes.
So if anybody's interested, they can give me a call at 804-712-0188, and I can hook you up with a good lender that's got some grant money.
Yeah, give them a call today if you're looking for a home. And, of course, Big Woody was with us earlier this hour on the phone on the K&L Barbecue Hotline. And one of the questions I asked him, which I asked you just a second ago while we were at break, what's your thoughts about Washington bringing back Daniels to practice, long shot to return this Sunday against the Denver Broncos, Sunday night at 8:20?
Yeah, I would sit him. I know he wants to, and I know most of the fans want to see him out there, but they'd have to win out to have a shot, and I would just take advantage of giving him the rest.
Yeah, like Big Woody brought up the quarterback y'all had back with Russell Wilson. He was the quarterback for y'all. The same time Seattle was winning, Seattle beat y'all in Washington. Griffin the third.
Oh, RG3.
Yeah, RG3.
Yeah.
That we don't want to turn into that situation.
No, we don't. And I do think Jaden Daniels is much more talented than RG3 as well. So, I would just be cautious if it was me coaching.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. You sound like you've been a really busy man. I don't know if you got a chance to watch any football yesterday, but the topic today that we've been talking about on this Monday is the analytics in pro football, or college football, that they're going for it when, like I said, at the fourth down. Fine example, the game that I told you I was going to bring up on the today, last Sunday, a week ago Sunday, my Dolphins took on your Commanders in Spain, and they're at the end of the game, or in the first half and at the end of the game, Miami had 4 chances to score, and instead of just kicking a field goal. And we almost lost that game, thankfully, to a missed field goal by Gay, who later that day or the next day got cut by Washington, the kicker. And then we went for it. Then we won the game in overtime, 16-13. Yep. But your thoughts on going for it on fourth down in the first half, or just going for it on fourth down and going for 2 when you don't need to?
Yeah, I'm okay with the going for it early in the game if you're on the other side of the 50, but once in that between that 30 and 50-yard line, I say go for it. But when you get to that 30-yard line, if you feel like you got confidence in your kicker, I'd take the points if it was me.
And we were watching the Dallas Cowboys Philadelphia game last night. We had a nice little fire going. We were watching it outside, and the whole thing with that is they went for it on fourth down and didn't get it. But then they got the ball back, and then they wanted to what? Get in field goal range to win the game. You could have kicked the field goal then.
Yeah, it saved all that headache.
Yeah. And that's and then the Giants situation yesterday, they had the ball, went for it on fourth down. It was 27-24. They could have went up by 6 and then kicked the ball off, and they would have had to travel the whole field. They might have had it at the 35, but they would have still had to go 65 yards to score a touchdown.
A touchdown instead of a field goal.
And instead of getting the ball there, and then you ain't got to go for 50 yards to tie the game, which happened, and then they ended up losing the game. And like I said, I just don't understand why coaches nowadays, I know they got the analytics and this, that, and the other, and then you go for 2 and you miss it, then you're really behind the 8 ball.
Right.
Because then you should have been tied and it's just really, I don't know. I know you play the game to win, and I just don't care for that. And Harry was talking about it earlier as well, that I'm just somebody that takes the points, and then, of course, don't go for 2 until you have to.
Don't chase points.
Yeah.
I don't know who the coach was, but there was a coach that used to always say that. Mm-hmm. I'm not chasing the points.
Yeah, and like I said, you heard our bottom 5 and our top 5, and Washington is not in either one of them, so that's a positive thing.
Yeah.
Not yet. They're close.
They're getting close.
Lose this week, they'd be 3-9.
Yes.
And then
they're playing a tough team, so I'm not looking for a miracle here.
Yeah. Now, with that, we do, folks, it is the bottom of the hour here, and we do play a game every Monday, and it's called...
We have made it to the point of the show when we attempt to see into the future and make our weekly NFL picks. We will tally up our correct picks at the end of the season to determine a champion. Get ready for Who You Got.
That's right. Get ready for Who You Got. And taking a look at the leaderboard right now, I believe our boy Harry Clary is leading the way with quite a few points, Harry. Let's see, I got to find that sheet, but I think, Harry, you're sitting at 97. Rick had a pretty tough week as well. And let's see what we got here. Yep, we got Harry at 98, Rick at 91, and I'm at 86, not counting the game tonight. We all got San Francisco for the night. And our guest picker last week was Woody. And, Woody, you got 11 right last week with a possible 12 tonight if San Francisco wins. So Rick has got 11, Harry got 10 right, and I got 9 right this past week. And, of course, this week our special guest is Keith Wagner. He's going to pick the games this week. And, Keith, I was talking about it earlier. This week, Thanksgiving week, is one of the best weeks of the year for me. You got college basketball has been on all day, will be on all week. And then Thursday, we got 3 National League with the NFL skate with 3 games Thursday. Then we got the Black Friday game that they brought in a couple years ago at 2 o'clock in the middle of the day on Friday.
Yeah, that's for us men when the women are out shopping.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yep, that's exactly what it's for. And then we got Sunday, all day Sunday, and then Sunday night, the Commanders take on the Denver Broncos, and then Monday night's game as well with the Giants and New England. So we're going to pick these games, and we're going to start with Mr. Harry Clary. All right, my man, Thursday, noon, Green Bay at Detroit. We were just talking about, you said you sent out a message earlier to the Detroit Lions, just give the ball to Gibbs.
Just give the ball to Gibbs. That's all you have to do. Even though Green Bay's getting a little better, and I believe Green Bay beat the Lions last time they played, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I believe so. Yep.
I'm going to go with the Lions this time.
He's going with the Lions. All right. Who you got there, Wag?
I'm going with the Lions.
He's going with Detroit as well. And, of course, Detroit, on Thanksgiving Day, they play every Thanksgiving Day, and this is one that's actually going to be a pretty good game, I think. I think Green Bay can stay with them and just run the ball. Love ain't showed us much, but, there's that one factor out there that, Aaron Rodgers won the Super Bowl. I'd go back even further than that. Brett Favre won the Super Bowl with the Green Bay Packers when he was 27. Aaron Rodgers won it when he was 27, and Jason Love just turned 27.
So he needs to show us some love.
Yes, he does. He needs to show us some love, yep. And then taking a look at Rick's pick, he took the Lions as well, and I will take the Lions as well. All right, second game, big game. Dallas coming off a big win. They needed to have a signature win, as they call it. They beat the Philadelphia Eagles yesterday, 24-21, after being down 21-0, and they come back with a big win. The Kansas City Chiefs with a big win, keeping their hopes alive and beating a very good Indianapolis team in Kansas City. So Kansas City at Dallas. Wag, who you got?
I think it's going to come down to overtime.
Ooh.
And I think that Kansas City's going to pull it out.
Oh, wow. Well, spoken as a true Commander fan there. Harry, who you got? Kansas City Chiefs or the Dallas Cowboys?
Oh, boy. Every week it gets harder.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go with the referees this week.
Oh, you're going with Kansas City?
That's right.
Yep, and Rick, he took the Dallas Cowboys, and I'm going to go with Rick as well. Of course, Rick is feeling under the weather today. He'll be back with us next Monday, and I'm going to take the Dallas Cowboys with a big win. And I like Schottenheimer. You know what I'm saying? I really like him. That's Marty's son. I liked him when he was coaching with the Cleveland Browns and the Kansas City Chiefs. And like I said, for the first year, Dallas can throw the ball all over the place. They can score points, and they just can't stop nobody. And then shut them down in the second half, did the Dallas Cowboys. So hopefully they can continue that success.
If they throw it to Pickens.
If they throw it to Pickens, not CeeDee Lamb.
He's a beast.
Yes, he is. And like I said, CeeDee Lamb was just dropping them last night. Pretty bad to watch.
Yeah, we'll have to see if we see anything on the news about him being arrested this week for gambling.
Uh-oh. Yeah.
Dropping the passes.
Yeah, we had that talk on the show, Harry, when the NBA came out with their scandal that got going on, and we had people texting, Johnny Martinez texted us and asked us, hey, you think pro football people are doing that, to shave points and just like, you never know, they might.
You never know.
Yep, it's crazy. And I know TJ McCall out there, he really thinks the league is rigged. Give him a shout out, one of my coworkers there. And then the Thursday night game, Cincinnati at Baltimore, 8:20. Now, Baltimore has won 5 in a row after starting 1-5, and they're doing their thing. They're 6-5 now. They're back ahead of the tied for the division lead with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Cincinnati's 3-8, really don't have a chance, but Joe Burrows might be coming back, and of course, Chance. Let's see, the wide receiver apologizes for spitting on the player last week, so he apologized. He sat out yesterday, so he'll be back Thursday night. Cincinnati and Baltimore. Harry, who you got?
I got to go with Baltimore.
You got to go Baltimore. All right, Rick with the Ravens as well. Wag, who you got?
I'm going to go with Baltimore.
He's going to go with Baltimore. I don't think that's a stretch, but I'm going to go with Baltimore as well. I can see Cincinnati beating them, but we'll have to wait and see. And then, of course, Black Friday, folks, sales all around town. But at 2 o'clock, or should I say 3 o'clock, on Friday, and I think it's on Prime Video, the Chicago Bears, the surprising 8-3 Chicago Bears, taking on a Philly team that's just coming off a loss to the Dallas Cowboys in Dallas. That should be a very good game, I think. Wag, who you got? The Chicago Bears or the Philadelphia Eagles?
Where's that one at?
At Philly.
At Philly.
On Friday at 3 o'clock in the daytime.
Yeah. I'm going to go with Philly on this one.
He's going with Philly. All right. I'm going to go with the Chicago Bears. And let's see. Okay. Harry, who you got?
Well, where's the game played?
In Philadelphia.
Going with Philly.
Going with Philly. All right, with that, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to keep Keith Wagner with Hourglass Realty. He's going to stay with us in studios, and then we're going to break down some of the games on Sunday for Week 13 in the National Football League. And don't forget, tonight closes out Week 12 with the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Carolina Panthers. Should be a great game. You're listening to The Bottom Line right here on WHAP Hopewell. Carr Brothers, located at 3100 Jackson Farm Road here in Hopewell. The Gathering Place has great salads, specials every day, and without a doubt, the best burger in town. Call for carryout at 458-4144. That's 458-4144. Car Brothers.
Looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate? Let Keith and Mandy at Hourglass Realty Group guide you and your family through the journey of home ownership for years to come. With over 17 years of experience as multi-million-dollar producers, they specialize in residential and commercial properties across Richmond, Chesterfield, the Tri-Cities, and surrounding areas. As partner agents with Veterans United, they take pride in helping active and retired veterans find the perfect home. Plus, Keith is a licensed notary for your convenience. Call 804-712-0188. That's 804-712-0188 today and visit them at 11801 Center Street in Chester. They're online at hourglassrealtygroup.com.
Hi, this is Andy Clark with Ligon Jones Insurance Services. We're proud to give back to our community by supporting local youth sports and encourage you all to get out and cheer for your team. We're a local independent agent representing Erie Insurance and several others. Give us a call at 804-458-8522 or stop by our new location at 5392 Prince George Drive, Suite B, and let us show you what old-fashioned customer service feels like. We can be your insurance concierge and save you money. www.ligonjones.com.
Uh-oh, stranded on the side of the road, flat tire, dead battery, no worries. Tucker Towing Service, LLC has got your back. Whether it's cars, trucks, motorcycles, or trailers, we're here to get you moving again. Need a jump start or a tire change? We do that too. Proudly serving Hopewell, VA, and surrounding areas. We're fast, reliable, and just a call away. Call Tucker Towing at 804-920-4383. or email us at tuckerstowingservice@gmail.com. Tucker Towing Service, LLC, your roadside lifeline.
Hemco, a family-owned business which operates as a full-service buyer, processor, and seller. Hemco purchases, collects, processes, then remits any and all salvageable materials such as copper, brass, aluminum, stainless steel, and much more for the recycling industry. That's Hemco, Hopewell Iron and Metal Company, located at 213 South 6th Avenue, Hopewell, Virginia. For services or questions, call Hemco at 458-8514. Open Monday through Fridays, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. That's Hemco, Hopewell Iron and Metal Company.
I just want to encourage everybody listening today. Your health matters. Your peace matters. You don't have to settle for feeling exhausted, stressed, or just stuck wherever you are. God gave us everything we need. Simple, powerful gifts from the earth to support our bodies naturally. It's not complicated. It's not overwhelming. It's just about taking one small step back to what He originally intended. You deserve to feel amazing. And natural solutions are really closer than you think. It's just a text, a phone call, or a stop by Car Brothers away.
Start your wellness journey today. Reach out to Tony Carr Hathaway. She's been waiting for you. Text wellness to 804-212-8571.
This is Mark Malone, and you're listening to The Bottom Line with Steve the Truth Nugent, right here on Sports Radio 1340 WHAP Hopewell.
Why didn't you just tell me the truth? Now, let's get back to Steve the Truth with The Bottom Line.
That's what I said. That's what I said. It is just about quarter to the hour of 8 o'clock right here on WHAP, Fox Sports Radio 1340 and 96.9 FM. Of course, you can hear us, of course, WHAPradio.com, anywhere in the world. And like I said, big news of the day, we are on now on Channel 3 on cable in the Tri-City area every Tuesday from 5 to 6. Check out the show tomorrow. Miss Tony Carr Hathaway is our guest, and we got the head coaches for the local high school field hockey team, Whitney Foster and Jordan Jarrett. They will be with us tomorrow between 5 and 6. Check that out on your local cable, Channel 3. Should be a lot of fun. Of course, joining us now in studios, the one, the only, that's Keith Wagner of Hourglass Realty Group. He is a big Commanders fan, and like I said, they're sitting at 3-8. They're in the same boat that the Miami Dolphins are in, and it's sinking pretty quick. And it's tough. And, of course, tonight's game is San Francisco taking on the Carolina Panthers. Kickoff at 8:15. And there is a ton of college basketball going on throughout the area of this week. And like I said, the Thanksgiving week is the best one to, well, for me, I enjoy it. Of course, the food, I like to eat. So that and the entertainment on the television and checking that out. So, as we do every week, as we just started just half of it, this is the game that we play every week right here on The Bottom Line.
We have made it to the point of the show when we attempt to see into the future and make our weekly NFL picks. We will tally up our correct picks at the end of the season to determine a champion. Get ready for Who You Got.
That's right. Who you got? Of course, we just went through the Thursday and Friday games of the National Football League. Now we're going to start with 1 o'clock game Sunday morning, November 30th. It's the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Cleveland Browns. Of course, if San Francisco can win the game tonight, which they are a 7.5-point favorite over Carolina, they will move into one game behind the Rams for the division lead there. So San Francisco has to win. And, of course, speaking of the Cleveland Browns, Harry, you just broke the story of the starter for the Cleveland Browns coming up this Sunday.
That's right. Shedeur Sanders has been announced. It's been announced that he is the starting quarterback for the Cleveland Browns.
For the Cleveland Browns. How about that? I don't think he looked too bad yesterday, but like I said, now he's practicing with the first team and everything. We'll see what he's got.
I think I'd look good against the Jets.
Yeah. Now,
I mean, you'd have to give me 2 days practice.
Yeah, gotcha. Yep, all right, San Francisco at Cleveland. Wag, who you got?
It's an easy one, 49ers.
49ers. Of course, that is a pretty easy one. Rick took the 49ers as well. Harry, who you got?
Same.
He's taking the 49ers. And I'll take the 49ers too, but I would really like to see Cleveland play well, the young quarterback go out there and play well. Deion Sanders was in the stands yesterday in the box watching the game and everything, so I really hope that he can play well. All right, taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars, taking on the worst team, well, in my bottom five, Tennessee Titans coming in with one win at Tennessee. Jacksonville or Tennessee? Harry, who you got?
Jacksonville. For obvious reasons, Tennessee is probably the worst team in the league.
Yeah, I agree 100%. Wag, who you got?
So I have not had good luck this year when it comes to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Mm-hmm. When I pick them, they lose. And it's usually the games that they should win. And they've been like that for a couple years now. I'm going against the Jags. I'm going to take Tennessee.
Ooh. Well, you're going to take Tennessee. All right. That'll be their second win of the season. It is the time to give thanks. So, hey, that's
I got faith in Cam Ward.
Yeah, well, like I said, I'm not sure what the issue is in Tennessee right now. 1-9, first-year coach, first-year quarterback. They're just not on the same page, it don't seem like. So, yeah, but that'd be a big win for Tennessee if they can pull it off. Of course, this is a divisional game. Houston at Indianapolis last Thursday. Houston defeated the Buffalo Bills, and Josh Allen had one of his worst games of his career, I suppose, with being sacked 8 times and the interceptions that he had against the Houston Texans. Now, can they do the same thing to Danny Boy at the Indianapolis Colts this weekend in Indianapolis?
No, I think Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones.
Houston has the best defense. There's no doubt about it. But the Indianapolis Colts have so much balance with Taylor in the running game and Indiana Jones passing. And the Colts have pretty good defense themselves.
And they are undefeated at home, 6-0, and they're playing at home.
Well, things can change, but it's been hard to pick them this year, Steve.
Yeah. You taking Indiana Jones?
I'm taking Indiana Jones.
All right. Rick took Indiana Jones as well. Wag, who you got? Houston at Indianapolis.
Will be different, and I'm going to take Danny Dimes.
Danny Dimes.
With the Colts.
Yeah, that's the Colts. It's Indiana Jones. But Danny Dimes is playing extremely well. Like I said, Indianapolis is undefeated at home, 6-0 this season. So I look forward to Indianapolis. I think it's going to be a good game, but it's a divisional game, so anything can happen. Now, this is the battle of the two champions here, the New Orleans Saints at the Miami Dolphins. Taking a look at the Miami Dolphins, they have won 2 in a row because coming off a bye. We play the Saints this week with a Week 13, and then the following week we play the Jets. We still got to play Cincinnati later on in the season. So they're headed into December 15th, Monday night game against the Pittsburgh Steelers. There's a good chance Miami could be 6-7, being right in the thick of the playoffs. Wag, who you got, New Orleans or Miami?
I'm going with Miami.
Going with the Dolphins. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I did mention earlier that Justin Tucker is trying out for the kicker for the New Orleans Saints, so that would be kicking inside. That'd be ideal. He'd kick that ball 75 yards. Harry, who you got?
Well, you know, the Saints won 2 games, and I think Kellen Moore said, whoa, how are we going to get a good quarterback if we keep doing this?
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to have to let Miami win this week.
Yeah, I'm all for that. I think Rick strikes the Dolphins as well, and I'll take the Dolphins as well. Now, taking a look at the this is another game, a team that we thought was going to vie for the division lead, the Atlanta Falcons, with the Commanders' old quarterback, Kirk Cousins. He's starting. They lost pennant for the season. They did come back and beat the New Orleans Saints yesterday, and the New York Football Jets are looking really, really rough right now, and they're playing at home, Atlanta at the Jets. What Kirk Cousins will show up, Wag?
The one that got him released from the Redskins. I'm going with the Jets.
He's going with the Jets. Wag is really making some way out there picks. Hey, let's see, the Jets could win. Harry, who you got? Atlanta or the Jets?
Atlanta is kind of like the Bills this year. You don't know what you're going to get. I mean, it's just no telling. Flip a coin on this one, but I can't go with the Jets.
Yeah, I think Atlanta's got a good shot to win there. Of course, if you're just joining, it is 8 minutes toward the hour. We are doing Who You Got, our segment we do every Monday night, and we're breaking down the Week 13 schedule for the National Football League. Taking our next game, Arizona at Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay's quarterback's out. They said it's not as bad as they thought, but he will not play next Sunday. So Arizona at Tampa Bay. I got Arizona. Wag, who you got?
I got Arizona.
Harry, who you got, big boy?
I'm going to go with Tampa Bay.
He's going with Tampa Bay.
And the backup quarterback.
Yeah, Rick took Tampa Bay as well. Taking a look at the Los Angeles Rams at Carolina. Of course, Carolina could really do some damage. They can upset San Francisco tonight, and then next week at home, beat the Rams team. They'll be 7-5 and beating quality teams and looking like a playoff contender. Wag, who you got?
I'm going with the Rams.
It's going with the Rams, and the Rams looked good last night in fantasy. Of course, coming down to the last couple weeks in fantasy football, and I'm playing Neeks in the Dirty Dozen League, and he had Adams last night, and he caught 2 on me. So headed into the night, I got George Kittle, and he has a player playing tonight as well. He's got the running back for Carolina. So it's going to be a close game there. Hopefully I can pull it off and win and stay alive in the fantasy football. But the Rams look pretty good. One of my top 5 teams. Harry, who you got?
Well, you know, Belichick should have went to the Panthers instead of
North Carolina.
But we're going to have to go with the Rams.
It's going with the Rams. All right, moving right along. Minnesota at Seattle. I like Seattle, Wag. Who you like?
I like Seattle.
All right, Harry, who you got? The Seahawks or
Seattle?
The Vikings?
I'm going Seattle. Vikings are struggling.
Yeah, they said they were going to sit McCaffrey down for concussion protocol.
That's one step in the right direction. And, you know, the thing is, if there was anything wrong with his brain at all, how would they know?
Yeah, you're exactly right. Buffalo at Pittsburgh. It's a big game it's going to be dictating the AFC playoffs. Buffalo at Pittsburgh, 4:25 start next Sunday. Wag, who you got?
Oh, Buffalo's going to be furious. And is Josh even playing?
Josh will be playing, but I don't think Aaron Rodgers will be playing.
Right, yeah. They can have the Pope starting at quarterback for Pittsburgh. There's no hope.
Yeah.
I'm going with the Buffalo Bills.
No hope without the Pope.
Yeah. So you're going Buffalo?
Yeah. Josh Allen got sacked 8 times.
Yes.
And I think Buffalo has problems, and that Josh Allen can't do it all himself. And I took a picture of Josh Allen by himself, and I put it on Facebook and said, here's a team picture of the Buffalo Bills.
Yep, it's that one guy. He does everything for them. Moving right along, 4:25 start. Las Vegas taking on the L.A. Chargers, and the Chargers really need a win. They're 7-4 now after being with just 2 wins. They have a couple losses. I'm taking the Chargers. Wag, who you got?
I'm going with the Chargers.
Going with the Chargers. Harry, who you got?
Chargers are struggling really bad, but they could beat the Raiders if half the team was out.
Yeah. All right. Okay, big game for you, Wag. Sunday night, the Denver Broncos taking on the Washington Redskins here in Washington. And, of course, Daniels, we don't know if he's going to play or not. You're hoping that they sit him out for a while so we don't get any further injuries. I'm taking the Denver Broncos. Wag, who you got?
I'm with the Broncos.
He's taking the Broncos. All right, Harry, who you got?
Where's the game being played?
At Washington.
I'm taking Washington. You hear that, Rick?
Oh, that's right. Our co-host, who couldn't make it in today because he's feeling bad, he is a big Denver Bronco fan.
He's going to be feeling worse next week.
Yeah, with Washington wins the game. It'd be a big win for Washington, too. All right, next Monday night is the Giants taking on New England. Of course, in the Super Bowl records, the Giants versus New England, they're 2-0 thanks to Eli Manning. And so who you got? New England, 10-2. Best team in the National Football League right now, give or take. But I think overall team-wise, yes, I'm taking the New England Patriots. Wag, who you got?
I'm taking the Patriots.
All right, Harry, who you got?
Travion Henderson's going to have a big day.
Yeah, that would
be Patriots.
Yeah, that would be wonderful. With that sums it up there. That's our picks for Week 13. Like I said, don't forget tomorrow from 5 to 6, we're on Channel 3 on local cable here in the Tri-City, Prince George, Fort Lee, Dinwiddie area. And, of course, you can hear us right here every Monday night from 6 to 8. And you can check out our YouTube page, The Bottom Line Sports Talk Radio Show, WHAP, on YouTube. So that does it for our show. Wag, thanks so much for coming in. And like I said, I appreciate you being our guest picker of the week. And Hourglass Realty Group, folks, check him out.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate you.
We appreciate you being here. Harry, happy Thanksgiving to you, and happy Thanksgiving to you, Wag. And I hope everybody has a great Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving to all the listening audience out there.
Yeah, that does it for our show. Rick, we hope you get better, and happy Thanksgiving as well. You've been listening to The Bottom Line right here on WHAP Hopewell.
What was I just listening to? You've been listening to Steve the Truth Nugent with The Bottom Line. On Fox Sports Radio 1340 AM.